as with all cycles, the tide has turned, and my previous method for organizing my craft room slash guest room slash office has fallen apart. Time for a redo. I have some new storage ideas we're going to try out, and we're just going to, spend a Sunday in our comfy clothes just trying to figure it out. So you can kind of see what we got going on here. Loom over here, Mighty Wolf, Arras Tapestry loom. This was basically our kitchen stand in my previous apartment, and I use it for storage. You can see I've already brought out some of the boxes of things that I need to rearrange or want to change around. Obviously, my desk has become a repository for random nonsense, as has my standing mat, as has my office chair, as has everything. So, yeah, we're just going to change it up. I've got my handy dandy subscription to Hallmark Movies Now to just blast Good Witch, and let's see what we can do today. So, just gonna, as part of this process, take all kinds of stuff out of the boxes that I already have to rearrange my storage. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, yep. Sewing patterns. That's a cape that I want to make with hand spun and then hand woven fabric. Excited about that future project. When I use patterns, I keep everything in those big gallon plastic bags so it can hold the tracings I do of all the pattern pieces, and also means I don't have to try and fold up those pattern pieces perfectly and get them back in that envelope. Some random scraps of fabric and Justin's shorts that I need to fix. Let's see. Oh, yep, acrylic rulers. All kinds of pattern making acrylic rulers. I have been reading about pattern drafting, and pretty soon I'm going to be sketching out some basic muslins. Got my hip curve. Yeah, that 2-inch clear quilting ruler, just the best. Another curve ruler. Bunch of these rulers have been given to me by folks, so I have a nice, yep, there's another curve. Those curve ones are from, a lot of these are just like a pack of acrylic rulers from Dritz, so they're super cheap and multi-use and really great. Highly recommend. Yep, the quilting attachment for my sewing machine. Yeah, so I'm putting all these paper patterns in that big extended quilting attachment. Those are all going in a much bigger box where they can all live together instead of being crammed into various different spaces. You'll see from this that in our home we're big fans of just keeping random packaging things instead of, not that I don't love blowing money at the Container Store, but still. Ah, yes. All my weavers out there know about the various rolls of craft paper, including Justin's shorts. Or not. Gotta have a random box of randoms. Taylor's ham, ball winder, yada yada yada. Okay, now I'll just show you around this room a little bit. This is what was probably meant to be the actual bedroom in this apartment, but hello, there's me. It is, it's smaller than what is now used as our main bedroom, so it is now the guest room / craft / office / everything. So right there where I'm pointing, I have a bag of Brossard 8-2 cotton in there right now. Still trying to work on an elegant storage system for cones. Here I have fiber books, fiber magazines, tapestry, yarn and supplies, and then the crate beneath it, that is my current sewing project crate. Sewing machine right there. Definitely have to use under bed storage when you're in an apartment. Drawer of random weaving things like my sen twine and painter's tape, and I've got this organizer full of little things like extra zippers and upholstery thread for tapestry. Makes it a little bit less of a junk drawer. Now you can see my lovely box system. Got my spinning things, got my random makeup bag and my sewing box and my markers. First aid kit of embroidery floss. That is a Brooklinen box right there that I'm tapping on. They, if you've ever gotten sheets from them, they send these really nice high quality boxes that I use all the time for storage. Have those nice handles on them. Ooh, here's all my binders and some of my art books. You can see this is where I have my acrylic rulers and my rolls of paper for the loom. There's just no hope for my castle. It's just always going to be filled with bullshit. I've got some tapestry needles, I've got pins, which for my weavers out there, that's like if I need to make an adjustment on an individual warp or something, I've got bobbins, I've got current project yarn, I've got my level, because, again, live in an old building, got to make sure your loom is set up level or you get problems. But God, how I love how the Wolf looms close up like that. It is so choice. Let's talk about how I organize my records and papers and stuff, right? That's key to organization. Here I've got my little Japanese stationery store binder thing where I put like all my Jane Stafford papers and what is the word that I'm trying to think of? Threading guides and, like your patterns, but for weaving. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's nice because I can flip it over like this, leave it on my front beam while I'm doing my threading. Easy to refer to, but it's still all together in one place and in its protective coating. Jetpens.com, everybody. If you don't know about it, it has all kinds of cool stuff like this. First up, we have my unicorn binder, which, yep, that would be the spinning binder. Like there, I just have written out all the ratios for all my whorls, so I don't have to like go onto Shaq's website every time I'm trying to remember what my ratios are. I have a pad of paper that I got from Archer and Olive. It is not the cheapest stuff in the world, but it is that really thick, nice, strong paper so that I can hole punch in it and put some yarn on it, and it's not gonna just like rip and fall off. It stays pretty sturdily in place. I use the same notation system for my projects as I do for my freelance income. So it's the year and then, starting with
001 and then 002, 3, 4 onward through the year. So the number tells me what year I made it and which point in the year I made it. Really easy way to keep track of things. If you don't, that's a hack I have from being a freelancer. Invoicing, basically. So you can see I write down all the technical scripts, and I also like to write just some notes on how the process went, what I'm going to use it for, whether I had problems or not, all kinds of things like that. If I don't have a yarn sample attached to the paper, like I don't with this one here, it either means that I knit up a swatch, in which case I have a little label attached to the swatch where the invoice number corresponds to the binder page of notes, or it was, something like I just did like a, default, spin where I wasn't really, caring or thinking about it. I was just trying to spin up something just to spin. Next, we've got the flamingo binder. What could be in here? This is weaving. Yep, so just regular paper for this. I have an Instax camera that I like to use to add a picture in with these entries. Obviously, there are many more, much more higher quality pictures of my projects everywhere else, but I think it's fun to have a physical photo just with the page of notes about everything. You can see my glamorous model. She's a real diva to work with, but boy, is it worth it. The succulents binder. These binders are all from Target. They're very cute. Tapestry weaving binder. Same story as the other ones. All the info. And yep, I clearly, at the time, I have since updated it, but at the time I'd only gotten one of my tapestry pieces in there, so that has since been remedied, but usually I only put my major pieces in there. I don't normally do sketch tapestry in the binder just because that's the kind of thing where it would take enough work that I wouldn't actually do it, and then that defeats the purpose of keeping track at all, so... Lovely shot of my beautiful wool rug. I don't even know what to say about this binder, but it is clearly amazing. Again, Target. Oh yeah, so this is my sewing binder. So I have some extra file tabs in here just to organize the types of sewing projects. So like if it's home goods, if it's clothing, See, I've got my curtains in like a home goods folder. Yep, they're there. Oh, hey, welcome back. It's been a few weeks since I did that big reorganization, and I thought a nice way to finish up the video would be to let you all back in after that whole reorg has been done, and I'm going to show you how well it's working or not based on how much of a mess this room right now is. And I have not done any tidying for the camera. This is just going to be the real deal. So let's take a look. As you can see, bed is a mess as promised, but for the most part, everything is still in the place that I put it. Got those boxes back here, as you can see. Other than my blocking towel, there's not random bullshit stacked on a chair or in the corner. You can see that other than, things I've had out to get work done today, I haven't been piling things onto the desk too much. Everything is in order there. Yeah, feeling pretty good. So this does feel like definitely a more long-term workable system than what I had before. I've done organizations in the past where I'm like, okay, well, this will stick for like a few weeks and then I'll have to do something else. But like this feels pretty good. There's a few things that, could be tightened up a little, but for the most part, when
it's a multi-purpose space, and you know, there are limits to how much you can say, here's a specific kind of thing to get its own specific kind of box. Like, I think this is pretty good. And at the end of the day, I know where everything is and I know how to get to everything. And that's more important than anything else because I'm the one who's actually using this stuff. So yes, feeling pretty good about it. And the next time I film, I will not let the room be quite so cluttered. But you get to see real life in organization videos, so sorry.
What next? Oh, there's my girl.
Fun fact, this is also a little run through of how bad or not it looks and sounds to just use my phone camera, because I no longer have an extremely ancient phone. I now just have a pretty old one. So, I mean, I don't know, looks good to hear. Will it sound good? Probably not. Who knows?